Nakanze urumwe rwashitamana nyamwiza iyo respectaho urwakatano ukuja kuri mujine fakulitera ahabizobere nyowe inyitwa Barbara Nyamwiza umwanya w'urwitwa shitamana nyamwiza iyo watwegeka mu bwo kubanza twakanjira kandi kushaba mu gusubscribinze kugira ngo tonsha pari kabajeni batija kufera niwe yusuro neto ukora abajina kufera kumara ubwo nakubona uko takasubscribinga nyabura we hanizobere ukuri kugira ngo twakuma twija kandi yishibwe ngo twija buzima kandi twatandaka amanda gufataisa King Melvin ugu n'umujumurunzi ekwataka enzarwa yantungamo nakore by'umfano bishimire umujo Nasaasira Melvin wetu konkabije na yitwa King Melvin ahamtimba kwenda mujabre ibizoberi ebi nina mushitani ukari tanche ibi kwani King Melvin nakshenerwa nashemerwa mnonga kujuru mutshabu shitamsamo
Thank you for bringing me here.
Nashemerwa Oriyo Muriyo umnyakore yakuza Oriyo akagaza Muriyo nomesha kubana amazora abakiko n'abaguru sport botari kina kubasa kora bisya Oriyo abantu abakora bakora bisya Muriyo amakuru gashongu toroktaha we hazabenzi kwa kubuza Oriyo abayina hari nayo ritero bari kunavuza Muriyo nanyenda kurra ukorangaritse mutumanye bariyo naturiyo nariyo aho kamanye kinde kibuzo ngache sasa muri Muriyo kai Melvin nakushimira nyena muganda abantu Melvin niwo akazabwahi yazarwa mukachi abazere bawe bari bakandi bakora kike
Izina, Melvin, Nasaasira. I call myself King Melvin. King, I added the name King because I am King. I call myself King because at some point, it must have been like 4 years ago, I was thinking and I noticed actually God made me a king.
Yes.
Yes. When original plan a carry a yoke to a yokora AC, a Yawa kings. In English, elaborate it. God's original plan was to be a king of kings, and that's why he is actually a king of kings.
So, if I want
we are kings.
Okay.
Yes. We are all equal in the eyes of God. God does not have subjects. He does not rule over subjects. He's a king of kings. And when I noticed that, I wanted to actually be that. And when I am King Melvin everywhere, I keep reminding myself of the standards that I have to set for myself. And also for the people that look up to me.
Nakuru.
Yes.
Nakuru.
Everything that I do, all my standards.
Wow.
Yes. Where I view how I live. Yes.
When was that? Nasaasira.
Ati Nyongazara Ndongamo. Sub-county. Ati Nyamkana Town Council. Manama is a popular village now. I have been writing about Manama for a very long time.
Oh, nyowe kumanya kakumanira buhana muko kutandika anaziko mutogo wa kumureba akashtamira akavuze byapana mukubishi when niteka ngo uzikozere echeri mukumamba abantu
echindi wanoma inyabantu nyinshi abana in doctor, engineers, in some very, very successful entrepreneurs in Kampala here. Yeah, but I love Panama because it's a very beautiful place, but also it's a place that's made me the person that I am mostly because I was born there. So I write about it so that people can know about it and know how beautiful it is and also welcome visitors. Yeah, so No nenzala yakalamu itojo mbwenu bashwera and then I was born.
Ni mwana w'ubanza y'umujeje.
Now akaro tata wanje akaino omukazi w'abanzi kuyafire yashwera mama after a few years, and then from my mother I'm the only one. Omunda ya mama
Uri mwana.
Omunda ya mama mbwenu
Omukabo gwabo.
Yes, omukabo gwabo tata na mama njomwe okamama kali abana bandi babiri
Alikuza kwisha.
Okay.
Mweno wakuruwe n'abandi babiri.
Omukayitu kakula na mama na tata tu. Abandi bakaba bakuze mbwenu bajomuka. Yego.
Kandi abana babiri mama yabira.
Abo bakaba ni owabo first born wa mama n'omushiki akakura mukayalishe, and then the boy, the second also grew up somewhere else. That's my mother's home in Toyota.
Nyoko kurimwe. Nyine kurimwe. Okay. Mwenu wakurana n'abazeri bawe.
Yeah.
Ishomero watangizwa
ishomero kalitandika primary school. Nyonatangire P1.
Abazeri bawe bakaba ari abantu bamuri ngo se bakora imirimo ki nibaba bata.
Ati tata ubiri wakari akachi
ego mama
parish chief. Some county by then Takajioma council. And then my mother, Mama Wanji, Akari on Plum Church, Akari very involved in church and in choir, Kanda Kawaho, Akisimba, who are cancer and India, Kachi don't know what kind of cancer or a child. When we covered by leaders, yes.
When you call me, you call us a ishomero, bazambe moyano naho. Okay.
Most of the time, Bakawa don't come to cook mania and Moya child. One with the chairman, no, chairman. One with the chief cutting in office. Yes.
Okay. When was your Panama?
Yes, Bashumira Panama in Yaka itano. One in Yaka. When P1 part was P1, it was on P1 before P2. When India was the way they organized their kind of nursery school. Yeah.
So how we reach out people when was it?
Before that, from 99, my parents, Bakafa, then one passed away, and then the other passed away 2 days later. Yes.
Bueno, por todo kandi wari waberugano nabo wenga wabanze kufamo
ni mama tata ni wabanze kuwala and my mother mama kana mrevera mbenu ali konka salemi ya wala kandi wetala wile mwonga yafa famzichi ya karawa yoga na
when you have a good
yeah.
Chakana people can watch it.
You can't actually compete to. Can you compete to zombie?
Okay.
When nearing Christmas, we did not celebrate Christmas that year, and for a very long time. Christmas was a very
Bad time.
yeah, sad time for me. Yeah.
So for how much was the man? How are you?
Quite feeling now. My only for a while, for actually about 6 months.
Uka, umunju, wenka. Actually, uteka, uju.
Nkani ni yakoma. Nkanzo.
Wenyaka wagamushanju.
Nkani anasema nkani nyakamsha. Nkanzo yaba no dayo ejuma yokuya. Obundi nkanzo ashwenko. When child yeko. Aho abama baka twala. I remember kwachireyo ndikatekeni byaguma ukoni chuka na byo yakani
Mbereke kabani
mbeno banga donka akaliyo brada wanje kokontata kamukuru mbeno bandese bakani batekana kundelera ukawe akana atura akanyishiri pano na nchi pancho tuone nchi na pamba kawa kwenu imetata ya what they call sikira yes chiro kwa shule ya pia shule mama ya wekendi jo bazo
tashwela mushi seja lembra qual é a tua
yeah that. And so when they brought me, I think they thought my brother would take care of me, but he lived in his own house. And I lived in my house because my father told me that was my house. Even before he died, he had told me that was my house. So I stayed in my house, he stayed in his. He didn't really care much. So I had to fend for myself for a few months. Yeah. Kuna chile when the issue I dropped out and I'm only for those months. I got throughout that time looking for stuff to eat. I didn't take care of myself really well, so I got so many wounds on my skin and I got issues, and because of that I got out of school and I was not in school for a while until my elder brother, the firstborn of my father, who came to now take over the home because he was the heir. When it came to Uganda, when life ya done house. Yeah, we did. That brother of mine got sick. He had a heart problem. Yes. Yeah, really. Akata klasa kuteleza tena and then na kayoncha mponizikana.
Ujuta shwari tu.
Hakano antu wanje ngoya ngileyo yandeta nabamu
On baby's home.
Children's home.
On children's home.
Because now what happened is my brother now, because he was sick, wasn't working anymore, and he was the one taking care of the home back home in Panama. He could no longer work to take care of his own children and then myself and other people who were in the home. Yes.
Children's home should get a neighbor, please.
It came in Zambia. It's called Daughters of Charity.
Oh, that one.
You know it?
I have heard about it. I've not been there, I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's quite popular. It has produced so many citizens of this country, very responsible citizens. Over 1,000.
Was it?
Yes, that's it.
Is that what you're doing when you come and you use?
Yes.
And for Wachira on bus?
Yes, on bus. On bus. It was my first time using a bus. I thought it was my first time in Kampala. It was always my dream to come to Kampala, so it was exciting.
Why emotoka nyingi
naleba dummy and I was excited. I saw a woman looking at me. I was like, yo, what's happening? Yes, a very beautiful woman looking at me but not moving. I was like, what's happening? Yes, it was quite exciting coming to Kampala. Yes.
I thought we now we should have a straight.
No, Kabanza Natula. Akana Tula somewhere in Nakasero.
Okay.
Yes, so Natula for 3 days. And then Banhayu Mantwala come home. Bakabanza Mantwala office ya Wadanji Homage founder. Carry on sister Rose. Yes, and then from there she wanted to look at the person going to the home for the child. So we had a conversation, and after that I was taken to the home. And in my head I thought I was going to school. I thought I was going to a boarding school because that's how everything, the conversations seemed like I was going to school. And then I noticed after a month that this was not a school in the actual sense of the school definition. Really, I noticed.
How did that make you feel?
It was
Wagenda, Ujirina Antwawe, Kampala, Kubahiza, Waishangu.
Yeah. I think looking back, away from the period when my parents passed away, I think that was the hardest time of my life also, because it was a totally new environment. It changed everything. I was used to Panama. I ate different food. Here I was eating new food. It was posho, but yellow posho. I think it's food common in refugee camps. I think I've learned.
It's nutritious food.
Yeah, apparently. To me, I didn't care about the nutritious bit of it. Yes, I need to know the food. And then there's the piece which was yellow. Well, I knew piece, but the piece that I knew was green. This was yellow. It was. I got problems. I got diarrhea. I cried every day for like a few weeks, and I didn't know the language. Yes, of course now my Nyakore has
diluted.
Yes, a lot. But the Uganda was also a bit of. My first word to learn in Uganda was Neda. I kept hearing everyone saying Neda in conversation, so it was my first word. It's quite interesting, yeah. But
what is that Manila?
Yes, in a month I was actually fluent in Uganda.
You should know.
When kuna chileyo found a sister young travel fees for now. So I sat for a year. I was not in school. I had an idea. I was at home. The one I thought was school. For a year without school because there was no funds at the time. But the other kids would actually go to school every day. I was the only one staying at the home.
Okay. When you go to
Eva. I come by transport. Nzayom kasheshi and come back in the omwaka kwawiye na niki ekitongole ekyo kyabe kiconnecting akuya kyabakozi funding mbwenu batuyaliwo tulina babiri bali progressive batutwala omukibuye nibayita St. Cyprian High School kyabakadde. It's on Gaza Road but in the community.
Okay. Uko washomerayo kawe? Nashomerayo kurugo senior 2 ukiko nahereza senior 6. Hey, that's okay. Okata kuwaidro Uganda tutugamba
ego abakubona wanhomwezi akaliyo abanyankole baki okana balire baliyo batakumanya abanyankole batakurugamba. So mbwenu nagumoko kana nekindi kuna ikireyo nagumana kuteekateeka ebyomuka buhanama ebyalireho and then everything. So kuna ikire najangu I need to move on. Abakuba there was no longer nothing entirely. connecting into one. First of all, no one was visiting. You can't be young. Mbenu kuba antileyo. Na kumayuni nkambwenu mkumanya ndio mwini nkantina abantu bangi. Na nokuhumura akaro abana babiri baturayo okabine guardians bakabija babachira mu holiday babatwara bahumura bahumuka ukuto kuhumuka bahumuka then tambe kutandika bagaruka and then koka akaro abana babiri my sister biyabiri yakide street biyabiri ababijire because their parents partly their households were all affected by the war, so bakaba kumahumuka. But for me it was very fine at the time because I had gotten used to the situation. I was a happy child. Yeah. And then requirements, everything was okay. We were taken care of really well.
When is senior 6 year?
Yes, senior 6 year.
Linda, na no chilecha December Christmas na choko.
Hey, come Mayo.
Nako.
And that is a church woman when it's actually in China in Kodam long Christmas. Later I moved on from whatever happened and I enjoyed Christmas. I was always looking forward to Christmas. And it was a long holiday. A child loves holidays. Yeah.
Antonio wana kasema na wakati kisha kukuleva.
Yeah, kuya akafa. Kuya chile 2005 na wakafa. But there's a time when I chile na take kambo. Everyone who actually really cared about me eventually died. Yeah, because even my brother, the one who looked after me. Yes. Yes. Whenever I thought about it, I at some point I thought I could have been the problem. Of course, of course I wasn't. But as a child, I eventually thought whoever loved me actually passed away. Yeah, but eventually I realized that's how life can happen.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. I'm a very positive person now. I look at the world really positively. I don't look back at that and let it define the person that I am. But also I realized that people who have actually gone through worse.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's it. Senior 6 watches?
Yes. Senior 6 nkacheza pia vile family here ni Shashura kuba at the same time their kids were going to college in the US. And college in the US is very expensive, so they dropped out. They could not support me in university. So for that while, the organization told me, we are not getting a response from your sponsor. And from childhood, from when I was in P1 and 1, my dream was to go to Makerere, read university. University was Makerere for me, so I always wanted to go to university. So I was hopeful that no matter during that vacation, the long holiday between senior 6 and university, I worked. There's a company that was doing liquor I worked with them. I would go and went to Koran, Koro, to Timba,
Okunda, decoration.
Yes. Yeah, so I worked with them. But honestly, it wasn't money that you could probably save and go to school.
Of course.
Yeah, but I was
an gig that would keep you around.
Exactly.
Utakaza peke mchembi, ubakize, occupy.
Yeah. So
Aho hata kuwakula.
Yes.
Na nyenda kubuze miaka y'omushogo yeju between 13 and 18 wabasoka kumuri mwana mumuko.
Yeah. I don't know. I think on Kobo, it was a very good home. It shaped you to become a very responsible person. It was a very good home. It is still there.
Those are you?
When bakatwora nji buzima bakatukantukora tukatumira mothers, mothers, aunties, abatulembe bajimbe making sure twakuraje tulina emico mingi.
Okay. Mwenu wakora ko mu campaign manye ko sente
bakaba batushashura icy'umutwaro ikindi umwiwa mukoro gwabo mu mahango. Nasavinga, I bought a phone and it was stolen. Yes, it was stolen, but I continued working. Of course, I got money that helped me get some few requirements, preparing for university. Even when I knew I wasn't sure I was going to go, in my head, I kept being hopeful because I yes, I prayed. All the time. So now I'm university. University. And I even went and I applied for school, and then continued hoping that a miracle would happen. And the miracle did happen. It happened. And as can you remember Faringa University.
Wow. Makere?
No. Yes. Karonda University, in course. When Karonda a course, the cheapest course I could get, I applied for business administration and management at Uganda University in Rubaga campus, a cheap area, National Business Administration.
When was a fairly same business one?
Around senior 3, tukatunga volunteers okuruga America bijja babirawo tutuula nabo akanywe okugula kampunda kuba nkamutereza ebirowoozo mbwenu twafuna we were very good friends, and then yagarukireyo yagaruka emirimo gye, and then aho wamugambire Melvin taine fees za university. Nkanja natungira esimu endiijo natunga call ekuruga mu America, nalonda network nagamba nawe yangira ngu abangambire ngu tulina esente z'okushoma kandi university kayatandikire abandi bakushoma konka niyo nkiriyo ni hoping that I will get someone. So he called me and said he was going to pay for my fees. In fact, he gave the organization that was in charge of me, that was responsible of me, all the money for all the 3 years at once.
Wow, Melvin.
Yes.
When we was home university.
Yes, that's what nkabanza nangumuka abokuba kikakiride ekyokutungawo okulala bakaba bashomire mu month and a half. Yes, nkazayo late, so naguma kuvuga kuza Rubaga kushoma nkakosa taxi. Yes, konka semester zagireho natungawo okulala Rubaga katunga kajonali n'ibintu nashoma neza.
Watunga nabo kutura nabo nga watura wenka
kakali wentu.
Okay. Hatshobo isomero kandi osoma mwenu day program.
Yes, kandi nshoma day program.
Weekend engage
nkanza omu library nshoma obundi eriya kama inabe nikora omu weekend kuyabire ne gigs nkanza yonkora okutonga kasente kokulya ishuri na n'ibindi mwene
nakuru mwene myaka eshatu kosi wagiteranze izaba ari kujwara graduation day y'interesi.
Now graduation in campus Rubaga twatumire kuza nkozi Road
nakuru.
So nkanye mikuronda okunaziyo everyday nagamba ogwo mwana wanje wabiri ya percent
za transport
na gauni mwene byona yaofaringa
so emotoka twagiye yatwite
now akaro abana bakulira mfomu bakura ngo baba successful
nkiwe hatokuye
batunga emotoka ati one of them yatuka emotoka yanyangu mbwini nyo kandi kitamo kita natomana na wakari mwana mbona wakoze mfomu twaza
aye pamitina mafuga
twaza mpozi
abazirisha
nkagenda na anti omwe mbwenu wabiri alukumbwemu musitule yange yonomukaho adeba kibutu ati nagize university
yakura
nagenda nawe mamata anti namazi nagenda nawe
aliyo anti namazi aliyo hati
aliyo
noza yomtayira
ego
okay that's good how Melvin so wajwara degree yawe warikayo
already nkana tungire a place where I was hoping to work nkanyine an organization nkora internship nkazayina internship nkora nkabejaringo marketing and communications
okay
konka nkanyine connection to humanitarian work
okay
so nkanyine namwe nokora omulimeje ya humanitarian and development so nazo building tomorrow organization bayita building tomorrow nabashaba mukore nabo internship
okay
nchia university
bakamba
kora imirimo yabo niyo byabo ati bantu barakanungu
agenda
bombeka omurimo gwabo birebyo beyi bakana bombeka amashomero omu byaro ebitinya amashomero kandi abana bakubedisho nazayo nakora nka community development officer nabo twayombeka ishomero yes nkarugayo after the internship mbwenu naheza kushoma akaro program y'ibabire batandika iketwara abana bakuga ishomero bakiri fresh baba traininga babatwara mu byaro
fresh graduates
yes
okay
babatwara mu byaro kama fellows mabita ba fellows bazayo batandika gukora imirimo mu education mbwenu okutebenkanisa eby'obushomo eby'amashomo
okay eby'obwegyese actually
yes eby'obwegyese
okay when wakora na buildings kanungu
internship kandi kanungu
wamaleyo kukweza meza
yes nagayo kuna heze university kuna heze graduation natandika gukora nabo mu program y'inabagambaho nazalyandundi
hapo bakutaliyandundi
nakorayo nkanda kumanya kuri anything nkanda kumanya nkani mbwino kabagenzire ubona banjiro
nakakunareba nembabazi kuriya
chikachi kubi nkanda kumanya mbwino kandi ndurura kandi nakachi konka kunagirira ntonde na mbwino rwaga kakachi ukora nakumanya kwega yes nati nchiyo ni nyakore nikunda munonga ninkura abantu ninkuru kuganira ugamba nyakore nkwegomba mwene
oza kuwega
mugamba cyo nyakore
oh god
so nakora yokwe ntaka fellowship ekenya kandi yakwire na mayondo kora ejimu development education in those communities
mweni mwesimo kukora sejeni nalesiwe bakora nyendo tushobore nobora cyangwa mu ruzumi nja kushobora ururimi nyambo cyenyine cyo gukora n'istongwe cyo muri nyambo ndetse
now you realize in rural communities there are so many barriers of education so many first of all the fact that the parents themselves and guardians do not believe in education, many of them, because some of them have not gone to school and are doing well aspects of why should I? And then the other barriers, first for the girls, for instance, some of them menstruation is a challenge. Some of them they are told they shouldn't go to school, only boys. Some of these stereotypes are still very alive in these communities. And so, as fellows and as Building Tomorrow, the work that we were doing there, that they still do, and that I still do myself, is to create awareness.
Okay. When we
these barriers.
Yes. When younger, with the result of the show, when you wait to say, I'm a garagana or utashorino banumujo mushi kandi nabo bakazomishomero bakatunga wegeze ko bashobora everything you can be a kaga sentence iwe watandukana utaka wabeta volunteers teknology enda kasente ka stipend transport refund chamshana kenzi mwaba kumtash
hati abantu abinji bakarugamu kunkaro abari more passionate than the others mbwena bakunda imirimo munonga kukira nibakimanya ngo izi communities nezabo so bine kwiteka kuzurwana ati ababa bari so passionate nibona abumere nabo kandi kunkaro nkani running a campaigns on social media ntunga some money which would support some of the kids who did not have guardians. Our target is to ensure that guardians actually support these children in school. Even those that do not have guardians, we look around and look for relatives who we
think can foster them.
Yes, we encourage them and support them. If we do not get to support them, we will get support from social media and whatever, some other people who know my work and would love support. And these children go to school. But also, apart from that, we are involved in so many other projects, including menstrual management, proper menstrual management practices, including training, literacy and numeracy. When a gender
child protection package.
Yes, child protection. Yeah.
That point. When Melvin is going to Kenya, in the Otuganda. This is quite a story. Otugambere irukiwe eshahid this one never was ibamubrebiyanandika nale buri mshija muto uyo mwana wahamya kandi ujerera amagara gawe bwakurana n'urukuranenwe noyanze umbona ko bukwije imyaka nk'itanu wabino muntu notekateka kuja kushwera yari educated.
Nyowe challenge konka my target is to first of all my intention is to improve myself as a person, both personal things and also financially and all those things, for me to be able. I have been ready to actually start a family since in the mindset since I was 22. Yes, I love family a lot.
I wouldn't want to ask you that question anymore.
Ninkoda family akanienda kulevo mini Melvins, small little kids out of me.
That Prince Melvin.
Yes. Konka nienda banze netele kansimbwenu. Mbe no program program. Yes, I'm ready to support this family. I want my children to be able to have good education, to have yes. In English, to rush into things, into having a family. But anytime, it could be the next year, it could be this year, as long as I feel I'm ready. Yeah.
Thank you, Melvin. Kule kikolo iliswa murangu wano mwana doga mbere ama betukagamba tindere nacho ongana shemera kutaisa iba lituganira magaragawe. Very beautiful and impactful story. Kandi tekatekangu emito ya Panama yantonde nakasongora kanu nenso kuyona yona he komoke kakoma bakwetero cyane
Only the only thing I want to share is that as a society we need to do better to take care of children. I look at myself, when I dropped out of school, no teacher actually looked for me. No teacher. When I'm sharing with teachers today, because I interact with them a lot since I work in schools and school communities, I tell them to actually be more than a teacher. I was the best student in my class, but I dropped out and no one looked for me. So as a society, we need to work together to make sure that the children that we have in our communities get education, brought up better, and so they can become better citizens, because we actually need them. We need better leaders. All of us can agree that at the state that we are in as a country, we need better leaders. Yes, we need better leaders, and the children should be brought up better. Yes, and it's a responsibility and duty of us as a society.
Melvin, I can't thank you enough, but thank you for your very incredible story.
Iyo bisobanutse twagira umugisha mpango okutayisa obuturuganira na King Melvin abizore wabura umuntu wabana media gukora ebyayisere nakora eyazirenze zikoye bizumujinya icyaku teka hamanje ebyari kwiciruzamo n'ipimire yabi cyane bizinje kwaganira habizore ikigenderwa cha program eji na mwe biganiro kezi no kugira ngo nibaho ugire watashira uterwe umhimbo ubu kugira ngo ugire cyuwaba kandi hangeri mensi tuganirwa inye tababra nyamwiza umwanya witwa Shitamana Nyamwiza twakora comfort homes omukira umwanya w'ukutayisa iyo n'ubwirizwa bwa ARP and bashije bakutayise zirugwaje kandi basenanuka no kuvukaje mukama para sibe ntijaga kora katano kwija no ndijonje ogometse